Welcome to rSlash Relationships, where OP's boyfriend performs a magic trick using her lady parts. I, a 24-year-old woman, want to break up with my magician boyfriend who's 27 due to his inappropriate magic trick. My boyfriend and I have been together for 1 year, 3 months. Our relationship has been very loving, but has started to get bumpy ever since we moved in together for our 1-year anniversary. I'm in college right now pursuing my master's degree in archaeology while also working as a library clerk to earn money, whereas my boyfriend works as a magician for parties and events. Despite our different career paths, I've never had a problem with his career choice because it makes him happy. He's always found a way to make every day magical, which has been sweet. About 9 months into our relationship, I had the opportunity to go on a 2-month archaeological excavation in another country for school. Despite us becoming long distance, he had no problem with me going, and he was very happy for me. He would send me gifts, letters, and he even sent things for my colleagues in order to brighten up their days. While we were doing long distance, we made plans to move into an apartment when I got back due to how much we missed each other. And a few days after I returned, we moved in together, which has been awful so far. Before living together, we would see each other a few times a week due to my busy schedule. But now that we live together, we see each other all the time. And he started to do magic all the time. He'll make my keys disappear as I'm trying to go to work or school. He tries to practice his card tricks on me while I'm doing homework. He makes the cleaning rag vanish when I ask him to clean. And he's recently done something that makes me want to end the relationship. I've never been in this serious of a relationship before, so I don't want to throw our loving relationship away just because of these bad few months. Last month, we were getting steamy, and he went down on me, which isn't unusual. When he was doing it, he was saying some dirty talk here and there. I was lost in the moment for obvious reasons, but I snapped out of it when he said, "Oh, how did that get in there?" And I watched him pull a coin from my crotch. He found the coin moment hilarious, but it just took me out of the moment and instantly made me annoyed, so we stopped. Later, I told him that him doing magic in the bedroom made me literally dry up, so I asked him to keep that kind of magic out of the bedroom. He explained to me that he was trying to make me laugh and have fun, and he did not apologize for it. I talked with some of my friends about it, and they thought it was funny, so I figured that I was overreacting and needed to lighten up a bit. But he didn't do any magic tricks in the bedroom for the next few weeks. However, 4 days ago, we were doing it, and he suddenly yelled, "Ow!" So I quickly got off of him and was asking what was wrong. He tells me, "I think there's something in you. Let me check." I laid on the bed like I was at the frickin' gynecologist because I trusted that if something was wrong, then he would find it. After like 2 minutes, he says, "Oh, here it is." And I watched as he was pulling up a long ribbon thing that kept going and going and going. It took a second for me to realize that it was one of his magic tools that he had purposefully put in me while he was checking to see what he felt. He found it hilarious and couldn't stop laughing while he was pulling the string more and more. I ripped the thing out while doing it and yelled at him for doing another magic trick like that, even though I told him not to. He told me he was just adding more fun to our love life, and he wanted to see what the magic trick would look like if it was coming out from a crotch. The original magic trick involves putting this coil thing in your own mouth and pulling out the plastic string for a while. I was so pissed off that I made him go stay at his parents' house for the past few days. This morning, I talked with him some more, but he still thinks it's not a big deal. I get that he's a magician and that he loves magic, but I'm still upset about him breaking the boundary I'd set. I'm fine with his magic tricks 85% of the time, but intercourse is where I draw the line. I'm demisexual, so I need to have a strong, trusting, and close relationship with someone before I can even think about having intercourse with them. So him breaking my boundary has really hurt me, and I've lost my trust in him. However, everyone I talk to about the situation says that what he did was hilarious, and I've been told by multiple people that I'm overreacting, which is why I decided to go to Reddit. We built a strong relationship, and I really saw myself marrying him one day. I fully trusted him, and now I don't know if I ever can again. Should we break up, or can we fix this and stay together? I'm so lost. I'd appreciate any advice. This comment from Ezagrab, the magic is gone. It's time for you to disappear. Oh gosh, it's hard to stay neutral in this story and unbiased because I think it's funny as hell. Maybe for his next trick, he can pull a beaver out of your... Never mind. OP, you can certainly break up with him. You can break up with him for any reason, including no reason. But I think the blatant disregard for your boundaries is a fairly justifiable reason. You could also see how he likes it and offer to saw his dong in half. Our next Reddit post is from Professional Cry. I'm a 28-year-old guy, and I've been with my girlfriend, who's 24, for 4 years. We're serious, planning to get married. Through the relationship, I've paid for nearly everything. Dates, trips, food, gifts, you name it. I'd say easily 99% of all expenses were covered by me. She never really offered to split or pay, and I never asked her to. I was working full-time and doing well financially, so I don't mind. Recently though, I quit my job because I was mentally exhausted. I was going through a bit of burnout and needed a break. She, on the other hand, is currently working full-time and doing fine financially. The other day we went out and she wanted a bubble tea. I forgot my wallet and my phone was dead, so I asked her to pay it. It was like $10. She paid, drank it, and I dropped her off at her apartment. The next morning, she reminded me to send her the money. I'd completely forgotten, so I sent it right away. But it left a weird feeling. I've spent thousands on her over the years, never asked for a dime back. And now that I'm out of a job and she's doing well, she couldn't let a $10 bubble tea slide? It's not about the money, it's about what it says. I can't tell if I'm overthinking this or if it's a red flag. I've always treated the relationship as a partnership, and this just felt transactional. Am I being too sensitive, or is this worth paying attention to? Then OP posted an update. When we started dating, we were both students. I was finishing engineering and already had a job lined up. I also worked as a TA, so I was doing fine financially. She was still a student, so I paid because she was broke. I never asked her to pay, and she never offered. Still never offered to split anything, not even the small stuff. I tried bringing up equality and shared effort, but she always shut it down with comments like, "You're the man, you should take care of me," or "We can't have two women in the relationship." What really got me is that when I stopped proposing dates or doing everything, she started saying that I wasn't making enough effort. Meanwhile, I've been carrying this for 4 years. The bubble tea wasn't about the $10. It was about realizing how little support I was getting back. Yeah, it is a red flag. Like you said, OP, it's not really about the $10. It's about the selfishness, the lack of empathy, the lack of concern. She's just using you effectively. People in the comments are calling OP a sugar daddy, which may be fairly accurate here. Also, down in the comments, we have this story from Joseph. A friend of mine told me a similar story. He paid for everything for a year. Then they went on a trip to Africa, which he paid for. He didn't have a wallet on him, and they went on an elephant ride, and the vendor was selling bottles of water. He asked her to get a couple for them, and she did. Then later, back at the hotel, she asked him to pay her back. He told me at that moment he realized he couldn't be with her anymore. And she was a successful businesswoman. Our next Reddit post is from Throwaway. My husband saw TikTok videos this week about couples saying, "We listen and we don't judge," then revealing something bad or funny they do behind their partner's back. He pressured me to participate because he said that he had something very funny to admit, but I had to go first to justify his. When it was his turn, he told me that he screwed up my computer to make it very slow and almost unusable. 2 years ago. In 2022, my computer suddenly started running like garbage, and I could never figure out what was wrong. I primarily use it for school and playing online games with my siblings because I don't live close to them anymore. Now, I can hardly browse the internet, let alone play games on it. I couldn't afford a new computer because I'm the only one working right now. He told me it would take him only a minute or two to fix whatever it is he did, but he just never wanted to. When I asked him why he would do that, he said that it's because I should spend all my time with him, and he didn't like that I would play games a few times a week. My feelings are very hurt right now, and I'm having a hard time believing anything he says now. How can I get my mind off this and stop distrusting him? We've been married for 7 years, and I'm so stressed about what other things he might have done to manipulate me. How do people generally get over betrayals of trust like this? Well, I can tell you one thing this guy could do to increase your opinion of him is he could get a job if he hasn't been working for 2 years and instead spends all this time off lying and manipulating to you. I'd say that's a good start. Also, the nature of pranks is that they're short term. You know, it's like, oh, where's my car keys? I hid them. Ha ha ha, funny. It takes 5 minutes to go from the prank stage to the reveal stage. But this is I can't even call it a 2-year prank. This is actually moving into manipulation, dishonesty, gaslighting territory. It's not a prank, it's manipulation, man. Also, I didn't read the title to you guys. OP is a 24-year-old woman, and the husband is 38. So the husband is 14 years older than she is, and he doesn't work, and she's the one supporting the relationship. Yo, wait a second. We've been married 6 years? So they got married when she was 18? Implying, but not necessarily, that they were dating before she was 18? So if she's 18, then he is 32. Yo, the story's getting worse and worse the closer I look at it. This guy doesn't have a sugar mama, he has a sugar daughter. Our next Reddit post is from Vegetable Camp. My 30-year-old male friend wants to sleep with my girlfriend who's 24. How do I deal with the situation? What do you mean, how do I deal? Just say no? Don't do it? What? Why does this guy come to the internet for advice? I'm a 30-year-old guy, and I've been dating my girlfriend Kayla for 3 years now. We're both into gaming, and through that, she's met my friends. All guys for context. All of us have gotten really close, and at this point, she's a solid part of the friend group. We all live roughly an hour apart from each other, so we mostly hang out on Discord, but we try to meet up in real life once a month. She's played online with them when I'm not there, but she never hangs out with my friends in real life without me. Anyways, yesterday, the guys and I met up at my friend's place for game night because we all had the next day off. Kayla didn't go because she had to get up early for work the next day. As usual, we had a few drinks and drifted into random conversations. Someone dropped the hypothetical question. If you could sleep with any person in the world, dead or alive, who would you pick? In a joking way. When it was Brian's turn to answer, he's 23, he hesitated for a second, then he said, honestly, Kayla. I couldn't believe what I just heard, so I was like, wait, my Kayla? And he confirmed it. The room went completely silent after that. At first, I was completely out of words. Then I got kind of angry, so I left the situation to calm down. I would have driven home immediately, but because I was drunk, I just smoked a few cigarettes with my best friend. I admit, my girlfriend is a gorgeous woman, obviously. She has an alternative dark style, and that's always been Brian's type. But I still think it's really disrespectful to say that, especially since she's not only my girlfriend, but also a friend of his. So I really don't know how to deal with this. I haven't told Kayla yet because I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. Would telling her even be any good? Also, I don't know how to move forward with the friendship. If I cut off Brian, it would force our other friends to pick sides. Any advice is appreciated. You know, sometimes a person can say something that just warrants getting punched in the mouth. This comment from OP's quote friend is getting pretty close to that territory. I don't know if it actually gets there, but it's really close. I can understand why you'd be hesitant about making your friends pick sides, but the fact that none of your friends actually jumped to your aid and defended you and called out Brian for his behavior would suggest to me that they're not great friends in the first place. I will say that at least they went silent instead of like, oh, crazy dude, which is, you know, it's kind of neutral, leaning over towards slightly good, so maybe there's hope there. Our next Reddit post is from Riffraff Mama. I'm a 45-year-old woman, and my husband is 46. We've been together for 27 years, married for 22. 3 days ago, he told me it's over and he's been seeing someone else, a woman of unknown age, for 6 months. He then packed a bag and left while I was laying on our bed, crying my eyes out, begging him to stay. I asked him for a hug, and he pushed me off, saying it felt weird. I did not see this coming. There was no warnings, no clues, just announced and walked. I've never been so effing devastated in my entire life. This is somebody I've spent 60% of my life with. I love him more than life itself. We have 3 children and we've been through so much together. Yes, there's been problems in the past, like any marriage, problems with money that has caused tension, disagreements over things, but this blindsided me. I don't understand how he can replace 27 years for 6 months. It makes no sense. I would never do this to him. I'm shattered and I can't find a way to make him see what a horrible mistake he's making. When I try and say things like that, he tells me I'm being manipulative. I've spent 3 days crying, like loudly crying. The sort of crying most people never experience. I can't sleep. It's consuming every second of my consciousness. I've told him we can work through this and that I'm willing to take him back in spite of what he's done, but he just isn't hearing it. He's said things like, "I'll always love you," in a way, and "we'll always be linked by the children." I've tried bringing this up, but it's been of no use. How the F do I make it clear to him that he's making a massive mistake that he'll regret? I don't know what to do, and it's breaking me. I think it's over, man. Even if he did come back, how could you ever trust him not to just up and leave randomly again one day? Though I can understand the intense emotions here. 27 years is a long time, probably longer than most of my listeners have been alive. That was rSlash-relationships, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.